Finally, the official story of Boruto Chapter 12 has been released. I know some of you must have read it already, but wait, I have doubts in Chapter 12, and I'm sure you must feel the same way. Sasuke will return. Does this make sense? After Boruto defeated Hidari, he got an object shaped like a thorn, the Thorn Soul Bulb. Boruto confirmed that it could save Sasuke, who had become a tree. So how does that work? We all know that Sasuke has been sealed by the Shinju tree. But what about his old body? Is it gone, or what? But if indeed Sasuke's body is still in the Shinju tree, will returning the Thorn Soul Bulb to Sasuke make him back? So what do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official story of Boruto Chapter 12. But there is something that confuses me. Why is the cover of Chapter 12 Sumire? Is there a role or something why Masashi Kishimoto gave Sumire as a cover to fill Chapter 12? Honestly, I'm still curious about Sumire's hidden abilities. What do you think, guys? The story begins with Boruto standing like Sasuke with Naruto fighting Jigen. Guys, do you feel if Boruto has really inherited Sasuke's personality? Even at this moment, I didn't realize that Boruto was Naruto's son. So next, Boruto, who has managed to save Himawari and Sarada from critical condition. Now he will fight his master, Hidari aka Sasuke. After Kurama was unable to help Himawari against Jura, Himawari was in critical condition. So Boruto asked Konohamaru to take care of her. However, Hidari turned his hand into a sword with its sharp edge quickly attacking Boruto. But with his Kusanagi sword, Boruto managed to parry it, and then he used the Futon on Tapajutsu to push Hidari far back. But instead of immediately counterattacking, Hidari went into the claw marks that had been made under his feet. So far, I'm still curious about this Shinju. We already know that Code has created them, even though Shinju has an ego and has determined their respective targets. Can Code still control them all? In the previous episode, we saw Kawaki, who had gone to the place where Himawari and Team 10 were fighting against Jura. However, due to below average speed, Kawaki was left behind. Boruto quickly managed to bring Himawari before Jura really killed Himawari. And after Kawaki arrived at that place, he just stood by and looked at Jura, who was alone. Even after Delta got confirmation from the sensory unit, if Team 10 had managed to take Inojin away from that place, and Himawari and Sarada were with Boruto. Delta made sure what Kawaki was going to do. But strangely, why did Kawaki think of Jura just standing there? And why didn't he attack him? Isn't it a threat to Himawari? Kawaki must defeat Jura? You're useless, Kawaki. After Boruto saved Sarada and Himawari from a critical condition, Konohamaru, who saw Boruto easily going in and out of Konoha without thinking about his position, looked so upset. But because Sarada's position was not affected by Zeno's power, Sarada tried to realize that Boruto's presence at this time was very useful. And Konohamaru should be aware of that, because if Boruto does not come, then Sarada will die killed by Hidari. Konohamaru then fell silent with what Sarada said, and he warns Boruto to be careful. Like Code, Hidari can manipulate claw marks, and that will make it difficult to predict where he will come from. But when Boruto asks Nishi, a team from the sensory unit, to focus on claw marks and give info when sensing a chakra, Nishi just rejects it and says that a traitor is not worthy to say that. Damn, this is so evil to say. In my Boruto is more than Itachi. He not only protects his family, but all Konoha citizens. But how can a traitor do that? But after that, Boruto didn't argue with Nishi's words, and Sumire mentioned if Hidari really targeted Sarada. Hidari really ignored Konohamaru when Hidari saw Sarada. And not only that, Sarada then explained if Hidari wanted to devour her. Sarada began to understand what was happening, because judging by her movements, this had something to do with her father having become a Shinju tree. Konohamaru, who heard Sarada's statement, assumed, was it the same as Moigi? Then we get confirmation from Boruto. If that person is using Sasuke's chakra as a source. I have another assumption, guys. If someone has become a Shinju tree, does that mean that his old body is still intact? Can we conclude that that person is not really dead, but just lost all his chakra? What do you think, guys? So next, Boruto reminded them not to worry about it, because our focus is to take him down and save Sasuke. And after Boruto said this, I believe even more that Sasuke will return. But I still don't know how that process will happen. After listening to all of Boruto's explanations, Konohamaru was shocked. What happened, and how did Boruto get all that information? But Boruto didn't want to explain further. With the current situation, Boruto only asked to focus, and if not, then he would die. Damn, I don't see Naruto's nature in Boruto at all. This is really Sasuke's nature. And after that, Nishi was surprised because he felt the movement of the chakra from the claw marks. But Boruto tried to ask Nishi to calm down and tell him where it came from. Unfortunately, Nishi couldn't give that information clearly because the chakra appeared everywhere. A few seconds later, we are surprised by the army of Tsumeaka that has emerged from the claw marks. There are a lot of them, but this time the one leading them is not Code, but Hidari. Boruto intends to fight the Tsumeaka himself and reduce their numbers. Meanwhile, Sarada just needs to focus on Hidari and fight when they come. This is so cool. Konohamaru then calls Sumire to get away from them, and Boruto prepares to start the fight. Boruto's fighting skills have improved. He is able to defeat each Tsumeaka with ease. We even see Boruto cut the Tsumeaka's body into pieces. But while Boruto was fighting the Tsumeaka, Sarada didn't realize that there was a Tsumeaka running towards her. And sure enough, it was Hidari. He emerged from the Tsumeaka's body and, using a hand shaped like a tree root, pulled Sarada's legs and tied them like before. Boruto threw a shuriken behind Hidari's body and moved behind him using the Hirai Shinjutsu. But unfortunately, Hidari did not realize Boruto was behind him. And right on Hidari's shoulder, Boruto managed to land a Rasengan on his body until it was partially destroyed. But unfortunately, Hidari managed to escape by entering the claw mark. This is how Shinju fights. Hidari entered the Shinju dimension and regenerated the part of his body that had been destroyed. Moments after Hidari had fully recovered, he reappeared through the claw mark behind Boruto and Sarada. Damn, those Rinnegan eyes are capable of making so many claw marks. And after Hidari made so many claw marks all around them, he got back into those claw marks. But how? This is a bad situation. Boruto has to escape by flying into the sky, and Sarada will pull him out of the ground. And after that, Boruto must attack him with another Rasengan when he shows himself. That's Sarada's plan. But wait, Boruto has another plan. Finally, Uzuhiko's Rasengan has been upgraded. Boruto will use that Rasengan with maximum output. Boruto plans to kill him in one blow. We see what looks like wind spinning around Boruto's body, an energy with centrifugal force that accompanies the rotation and orbit of the planet. It can be said that this is the chakra of the planet. And Uzuhiko's Rasengan is a technique that will utilize that energy to produce an overpowering force. But Boruto needs to take a chakra from the planet through both feet. And since it has to be done directly with the earth, Boruto cannot fly into the sky. And to kill Hidari with one blow, Boruto needs more chakra. Exactly. Sarada had to buy time for Boruto until he was completely ready with his technique. But unexpectedly, a hand emerged from the claw marks behind Sarada's body. But Hidari, who had prepared to use the lightning element, was unexpectedly thwarted by Konohamaru, who had realized his presence first. He used Rasengan to block Hidari's attack. Instantly, Sarada panicked seeing that, and Boruto reminded Konohamaru to keep protecting Himawari. But Konohamaru refused to follow what Boruto said. He decided to do what was his priority. Instead of complaining, Boruto should immediately prepare a jutsu that will be used to defeat Hidari in one attack. But since the surroundings were already filled with claw marks, this was a good opportunity for Hidari. Sure enough, Hidari emerged from another claw mark that was near Sarada and managed to catch her. Hidari intended to bring Sarada's body into the Shinju dimension, but before Hidari actually managed to catch Sarada, Sarada used Chidori to make Hidari release the hands that bound her body. With all her strength, Sarada threw Hidari's body into the air, and after that, Boruto would attack him. But before that, I was a little confused. Why does Sarada always get caught so easily? Why would an Uchiha facing such a powerful enemy not use the power of the Sharingan? Is there a problem with that eye? Then after Sarada successfully threw Hidari's body into the air, Boruto stated that he had not really completed the jutsu perfectly. But Boruto had no choice but to do it, or not at all, right in the direction of Hidari's chest. Rasengan Uzuhiko at maximum output managed to land Boruto right on Hidari's body. A hurricane effect swirled from underfoot to the sky. Hidari really had no chance to escape. Inside the typhoon, Hidari's body was literally torn to shreds. And after the hurricane began to dissipate a little, Hidari's body seemed to float in the air. But it turned out to be half of Hidari's body that had been destroyed. Guys, imagine if Boruto really was ready to use that jutsu perfectly. This is absolutely insane, with only one arm left. Hidari is still conscious and preparing to enter the claw marks on the ground, and Boruto didn't seem like he was going to let that opportunity slip away. He must really finish this fight, because if Hidari manages to escape, this will be very troublesome. But unexpectedly, Kawaki suddenly came and immediately grasped part of Hidari's broken body. Kawaki said that he would end his suffering, and immediately Kawaki blasted Hidari's body parts with his hands. With a smug face, he walked towards Boruto, and an object floated in the air, a fruit with thorns around it. Kawaki was surprised by what it was, but Boruto immediately confirmed it to Kashin Koji, who was at Orochimaru's headquarters through the frog inside his robe. Unmistakably, it turned out that Kashin Koji had seen the object before. It was the Thorn Soul Bulb. From the statement of Kashin Koji, who has seen the same object as Boruto's, is there already a shinju who has become a tree and then his body is destroyed like Hidari? If there is, who is he? Boruto intends to leave that place immediately after successfully obtaining the Thorn Soul Bulb, but Kawaki held Boruto's shoulder and asked him to explain about it first. And sure enough, Boruto confirmed that it was something that would be able to save Sasuke, who had turned into a tree. And if Kawaki understood, Boruto asked Kawaki to let him go immediately. If Kawaki continues to interfere, then Boruto will not hesitate to cut off his arm. Damn, Boruto is really cruel. But before Kawaki got an answer about it, from an unknown direction, a laser pierced Boruto's body. Instantly, the Thorn Soul Bulb that Boruto was holding slipped from his grasp. Sarada and Sumire really panicked seeing that. Boruto fell and bled from his mouth. Kawaki, who had let Delta monitor the Jura, immediately contacted her and reported the situation there. And another ability of the Rinnegan's eye was revealed. Jura was able to create a laser that could shoot from a great distance. However, Jura failed to hit Boruto's vital organs. Delta was really surprised to see the ability of that person who was able to shoot from a very long distance. After that, Sarada, who saw the object fall on the ground, remembered Boruto's words that it could save Sasuke. But when Sarada wanted to pick it up from the same distance, Jura used a laser to shoot Sarada's hand. And unexpectedly, the Thorn Soul Bulb floated in the air. They were really surprised to see it fly. Too bad Boruto's attempt to save Sasuke failed. He lost that opportunity. Even though with that object, Boruto will soon prove his promise to Sarada to save her father. Jura, with another ability, managed to take the Thorn Soul Bulb from a great distance, and now it was in his hand. Jura really didn't expect Boruto to know that information. And now, Boruto is a dangerous threat to Jura, and we get the real confirmation. Jura stated that the Otsutsuki will be used as food, just Kawaki. And as for Boruto, Jura decided to kill him. Damn, this is really crazy. The official episode in Chapter 12 really reveals what really happened. Jura's Rinnegan Eye ability is really a serious threat. But one thing is curious, if Kashin Koji had known about it before, where did he know? Can this really be used to save Sasuke? As a Kara member, maybe there is nothing wrong if we are suspicious of Kashin Koji, but hopefully this is just my bad mind, because as we know, Amado and Kashin Koji have teamed up to destroy Jigen, and Kashin Koji is Amado's creation. This is just a speculation. I hope bad things won't happen. But most importantly, Boruto will not die. Jura has failed to hit the vitals in Boruto's body, and that's the official Boruto Chapter 12 story from the official website, Manga Plus. If you want to read it, I've given the link in the description section. If you want to ask about Boruto in this chapter, please write your question and use the hashtag #AskNime, and I will answer your questions. So thank you for liking and subscribing. I'm Naime. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye, Dadabayo.